Good morning, it's Christmas. It's a new day, time to tell someone you missed them. Just festive, it's effective. Can't you taste the love in the air? It's infectious. Good morning, I missed you. Pick your face up and see the view.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays. Welcome to the show, but most importantly, let me do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smorgasbord Podcast Awards Show, the second year in a row. How we all feeling? Welcome. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you. Welcome. How we liking the fit? Merry morning to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's celebrating the holidays. If it's a normal day for you, you know what I'm saying? Come by. Welcome to the Smorgasbord Podcast Show. I'm your host, Darkside, the one and only. Second year, I am excited. It took a lot of deliberation. We're finally here. Long months. A lot of things have happened. I'm excited. It's going to be a long video, so get comfortable. I may or may not have just made that beat specifically for that. But yes, that's produced by me. Gangsta. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm excited. I really don't know how to start this. First of all, happy holidays to everybody who celebrates. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas or whatever. Hope you're doing well. Leave a comment down below what you got for Christmas. Me, I got, what did I get? I got a new computer. It's currently not recording on the computer right now. I'm recording on the PC. But I got a new computer because this one is, it's serving its last days. As well as some, wall stuff. What's it called? The wall foam to help pad the walls. You know what I'm saying? So we can what's it? Insulation foam. Yeah, that. The little foam squares. We got those, and I'm excited because once we get those up, it'll actually help with the noise and all the audio. So yeah, that's what I got. All work related stuff, which I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to my mom, man. We're here. It's been a long minute. I don't want to ramble on too much. This is gonna be a long video. But get comfortable. If you're not doing nothing, cozy by the fire and all that. This is a celebration of all those who have worked tremendously hard in the upcoming music scene across all genres. Even if you are not recognized today, please understand that your work will be, your work is solidified on the channel. And if you were not able to get your music into the deadline, that does not mean you cannot get your music reviewed still. It would just be eligible for next year's award show. Thank you to everyone who sent in their music, anyone who subscribed, anyone who supported the channel. For these awards to be even possible, to even be here, it's only because of y'all's support. And I have a big announcement. They're not here, but we are in the process of making medals and trophies for our winners from not only this year, but for last year as well. And going forward, we will be able to make you medals and trophies for this award show. I don't have any physical copies right now. They'll be shipped by the time of this recording. It'll be out. It'll be here on the 30th. So if you do win this year, or if you won last year, please message me, or I will be reaching out. Please respond, because I know a lot of people be busy with where do I ship your award to should you win an award or have this year, or have you won previous years, because we definitely want to get these out. A few little guideline things before we do get started. How this show is going to pretty much run. We're going to go over a few of the playlists. I'm going to go over a few of the rules about how this process was happening, and we're going to go talk about, and then I'm going to go down each category, talk about each finalist, and then from there, we'll just announce the winners. I will say this is the tightest. I thought last year's was hard, to decide, but, oh my god, the finalists took, a whole 2 days to, actually, I took a whole day continuously of just sitting down here, banging my head against the wall, and, consulting with my higher-ups, i.e. Avocado in the back, and Bob, looking absolutely dapper for the award show, looking good, man. And another higher consultant, my mom, helped me out with the deciding of the winner of each category. We spent a lot of yesterday doing that, so shout out to her. She's been a help, and I finally solidified my placements last night. So revised them this morning. I'm happy with them. Please understand a few rules. Not necessarily rules, more guidelines. One, I have been fortunate enough to be friends with a lot of these artists and meet them and be able to have a lot more interactions more than others. And I understand that, with these award shows, and especially how certain major award shows are run, that there may be some fear of bias. I assure you, when it comes to this awards, our relationship, good, bad, or indifferent, doesn't mean a damn thing when you win, if you win or not. This is so to do with the music or the credentials of the actual category, which there's certain ones that we will get to where it's not exactly music based, but we'll get to those. Now, I will say, ordering those awards for y'all and having them made, as happy I am to do it, it costs a lot of money. So y'all subscribing and y'all, liking these videos and streaming my music, not a word. Get that to 10,000. We're at 5K. Dirty Laundry dropping January 1st. I'm excited for that. Please keep streaming that because we need money. And if we get more support on this channel, we'll actually be able to do like even bigger and better awards and all this other stuff. So y'all have been helping actually fund this whole year. Thank y'all, but please keep it up because we need more money, sadly. But before, we even get into any of the else, I kind of wanted to sit down and talk about what this year has meant for me as an artist, and a producer myself. For those of you who don't know, I am my artist name is Darkside. I am a music producer, engineer, songwriter, rapper, all the above, essentially. And this year has been a big year in terms of leaps and bounds of musically for my music group, the Balance Ones, as well as me, especially me individually. I have been fortunate enough to, be able to release a lot of singles this year, as long as my biggest single, Not a Word, which being at 5,000, is absolutely insane. And going to college at Georgia State and kind of being introduced to much more talented, being within a network of talented people. Some of these individuals you will see on these finalist lists today has nothing short of amazing, nothing short of a blessing. And being able to finally get my first performance under my belt and be able to perform twice, making a bunch of connections, a bunch of new friends, being able to feature on Jaden Lee's EP, Christmas EP, which the song you heard at the very beginning, with the Christmas song, was off of his EP. Be sure to go check out one more. That's the one that me, Haru, a whole bunch of people are on. Be sure to check that one out. Mariah Carey, who, what I'm saying? But it's been a lot. I felt like I've grown a lot. Not even just in musical talent, but as in communications as a person, and just overall being able to understand the process of the music world as well as the music industry. For being a first year and being able to be in NSAG and deal with the people in MTM Standard, it's been really awesome. I've met a lot of awesome people. In terms of special thank yous, usually I did that because it was easier to do with like major people this year, and every single person has been major this year, and so it's hard to really just sum up and point out 2 or 3 people because I literally would have to go down a list and this video would be a day long. So it really is like, I have to just say thank you to everyone who watches, anyone, if you ever, clicked the button, if you ever commented, if you ever sent me your music, if you ever sent a list of people's music, if you ever recommended anybody, none of this would be possible without y'all. And like I said, y'all funded this, and I've been able to like, make all these connections, do all these internships, and deal with all these people. And this has been a big part of how people even knew who I was, in general. Like, they knew me in college as the music review guy, and off of that, I was able to really show them, like, hey, I'm a music producer. I'm a musician first, which is why I ended up making that "So Who Is Darkside" video that you'll see in the intro whenever you click on the channel. And to be able to do that and be credited with the fan base that does follow this, and I've been able to meet, I met Mason Embers this year, which, it's weird to think about that I've known him for about a year and a half or a year, and, didn't meet him until then. Until the one video you saw where I went to his album release party. I've now known Caroline for essentially 2 years, which is so weird to think about. And, meet all these people who are, super freaking talented and, on stages and, and have fan bases, and then they're yeah, we regularly watch your videos, their parents request, Black Polish's mom, shout out to her, asking me to review a song, or having people reach out from all over the world just be like, hey, can you review this? Hey, we like what you do. Hey, keep doing this. And the people I've been able to meet that genuinely like recognize me off these it's insane. It's actually like, it's stupid. It makes no sense because I'm just like, wow, look at all these talented like people. That there's just this scrub on the internet who dresses up like an idiot and just yells at a camera for 15 minutes, and they're like, oh my god, we love it. But you know, all jokes aside, this is something that I really do enjoy doing, and you guys have given it purpose and given me purpose on what to actually do with my goddamn life. So I thank you. I thank you all because, you know, you give me a reason to wake up in the morning, and there, you know, there really is no other way to put it like that. And, you know, regardless of how it sounds, you know, happy, sad, whatever the hell, it's just the way of the world. It's just what it is. And hopefully, you know, I have big dreams for this thing to be turned into like an actual award show where people can attend, and it's as credited, if not more credited, than the Grammys, and not actually just cheating people because of money. And being able to build a platform for upcoming artists such as myself, and being able to build a network to grow together, is something phenomenal that I've been fortunate enough to do, in the position I've been able to work through hard work, and again, y'all support, build, has been nothing short of amazing. And I really, really, really appreciate y'all. So thank you 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, infinity times. Thank you. All right, enough of the sappy BS. Let's get to the playlists now. There's a few playlists that we've made this year. It's the artist of the day, the track of the day, the underground album and EPs. I'm gonna go down the artist of the day stuff, just because if we go down all three, I promise you it's gonna be a long day. And so again, we're gonna just go through some of my favorite ones, my favorite songs that I've discovered for this year, from artists, and we're gonna start off with from the top. It's so weird to think about that I reviewed Sasha Hurtado this year, simply just because like this setup was even different. Like, this setup wasn't this setup. I wonder how long it's gonna take me to get copyrighted on this. Like, what? Like, we went to every location. We even went to Eastward of Eden, bro. Like, what? Like, come on, bro. Bro, what is happening? What? Got Cat Carter, bro. Which, you know what? I found out that, like, apparently Mason played with this chick, like, in terms of, like, in her group. I didn't know this. I just see him holding the bass, and I'm like, huh? I wanted to see her, actually. I think she was gonna play at some event, and I think she got sick. And then she also went down to, like, Nashville, like, a week after I left Nashville to go to, when I went on the college tour to Belmont. Like, bro. Come on, what did you say? My best just wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? I hit him with that. Yeah, the Lost in Hollywood. Come on. Looking for her till I found you. Now I find her everywhere. She's always there. Save me on my morning coffee, glaring at the surface there. The way she stares, she's the ghost of Chicago. She got lost somehow. Yeah, I see, like, Chris TMV. You know what I'm saying? People sleep on Chris TMV for real, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? She be helping. She co-write, you know, with Caroline Riley. I'm just saying, like, y'all gonna have to get right. I'm putting y'all on. I'm trying to put y'all on. Why bother? 1,000 pills, 50 cents a piece, selling for $5. There's nothing to it. What? Crash dummies, dog? Are you stupid? Oh my god! I mean, do I even need to play anything by, you know what I'm saying, Justice Xavier, bro? I mean, come on, bro. I'm stuck 7th. Like, y'all are so talented, it makes no sense. That's why these awards were, like, so hard to do, bro. Like, I'm just scrolling down and I'm looking like the eclectic playlist of schizophrenia that I've created. Like, it's going from rock to underground hip hop to freaking, what is it? Yeah, psychedelic, like trap, to all the way to folks music with Monrovia, Chloe the God. Like, bro, like the amount of people that I've been able to review this year, y'all are just all like all y'all just going, and it's the stuff I genuinely bump. Like, I pull everything on a playlist and I put stuff that I genuinely listen to. Like, what? Aqua Trap? I didn't know this was a thing until I found Nasal Fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what? This, like, bro, Wants and Needs by Drake? We scroll down, and then I get down to college. I'm like, okay, NSEG, bam, right? We got NSEG right now. I gotta review all these CEs, and the people I've been around, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, you people are done. At least this isn't even the mic, but I'm talking to it like it is. You are done. Hi love, I spend my days at the dance. What? Like, who allowed them to do this? I said, how you doing? In a minute, missed calls. You got it? Hi, love. I'm passionate, but I don't want to wait. So I think we should trust that we can be in love. What the? I can't. Like, why? Who allowed, like, why? I'm breaking shit, bro. Like, I'm breaking stuff at the board.
I don't know if I'm in love, but I know is that I'm finding love. You hit me at 9:45. I didn't think I'd feel this again. Somebody splashed me with some water. I really thought that I was stronger.
Yeah!
And get that money, okay. And getting the check on my first dance, and I was reckoning federal aid. We're okay. Hey.
I thought I had told you like once.
Yeah, I told you.
I would not change for you.
Yeah.
I stuck to my goals, got them done.
Right.
And did what I said I would do. Boy, what?
You want me. Baby, it's the way you get up on me. Baby, it's the way that you like that. Baby, it's the way I wanna bite back. Baby, it's the way I wanna fall back. Baby, it's the way, 'cause I like. Ooh, you like me. Ooh, I want now. Ooh, these things to you.
These things, what the, like, what? What?
Get no sleep, you honest to stay on my team. Never switching for a fee. My niggas wanna be free. I walk in the party as D,
What'd he say?
keep up on the D&D,
Nigga, what?
keep up on the D&D, keep up on the D&D,
What?
keep up on the D&D,
And never in my life did the final thing we listened to be Giordano in terms of, like, on Spotify, right? And she went ahead and took this piano and did this transition, bro. Like,
I left with the state of the wind. The lightning ran on my skin.
I can't even look at y'all. I can't even fathom why y'all do certain things you do. And then when I ask y'all, you know what I'm saying, put me on for the ride. Y'all don't do it. This is crazy. And I promise you, that's not everyone. I know that's not everyone. There's so many people I could play, and we're gonna have plenty of time to showcase more people's music. But like, there's no fathoming within my brain why on God's green earth y'all are wilding out like that. And by the way, if you have Spotify, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, we're not all 15. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm looking at you. All these playlists are public. Feel free to go check them out. Go give them a listen. You'll find some great stuff from from the beginning of the channel to, like, everything. Like, all these EPs and underground albums, all these track of the day stuffs. Like, you'll find all of it, man. There's so much. There's so much. And because of y'all, we've been able to keep this going. Thank you. I got to get to 100+ Artist of the Day videos. Like, that's nasty work. Like, what?
These niggas hate. They Extraterrestrial out of this world, my nigga. I feel like an alien.
Oh God, wait! Now, we're gonna get down to the categories. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes of the video. Why we are all here. Who is gonna be the header of all these? Again, let me just preface this by saying that this was the toughest I've ever had to, like, the toughest decisions I've ever had to make in terms of this, like, by far. Like, the finalist was harder than the actual winner. But even a lot of these categories were a lot tighter than others. Like, every person, because how my thing is, I put in people who each genuinely have an argument of why they could win the category. You know, let it be whatever you've seen. If you follow us on the screen, you got to see all the finalists. If you made it, congratulations, won. Like, making it out of the sea of people and the sea of talent that I've been able to find and it being upped. And as critical as I've been, you know, for y'all to make it, you know, God bless y'all. Even if you did make it, you made it on the channel. I don't let any willy-nilly music on here. Like, if you, I have to check if it's quality. So if you made it on the channel, it's still like, I review everyone. But if it's like dirt and I know I'm going to give it just a review of I'm just going to keep crapping on it, I'm not going to review it. But man, these finalists, I'm looking at them and I'm like, even though I know the answer, I'm still over here. Part of my brain is just like, who is he going to pick? Like, bro, I'm like, oh my God. First category, Performer of the Year. Now, this category is a tough one because it literally was, it had to be, in order to get considered, I'd have to like be in person and be able to see you perform. Now, there were a lot of other people that I wasn't able to see that would have probably been up here as a finalist. Biggest being Asher Fleming. I wasn't able to make it to his. Black Polish's performances, I saw clips, but I wasn't able to, see in person because they live in California. Sasha Hurtado, I saw her perform with Mason, but only for like one segment. I saw her perform once, and it was a cool performance. But I wanted to see some of her own show, her own production, especially in the aspect of Eddie's Attic. While her voice is fantastic, it just didn't measure up to the people I've been able to see. A lot of the performance have been, and pretty much how it's gonna go. I'm gonna say each finalist, like who the finalists are. I'm gonna talk about each finalist and why they made it for me, and then I'm gonna announce the winner. So, Performer of the Year, the finalists are Caroline Riley, Mason Embers, Jaden Lee, AP The Gift, and Ferg Berserk. Now, the fan bases have come out in droves for a good amount of people, which I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate those who have reposted these and been actually promoting this. Thank you. Again, so we'll go down here. We go. Ferg Berserk. Why did Ferg Berserk make it over a lot of people? I'm going to keep it real. He's definitely the one that impressed me the most out of everybody in terms of his style. He's a metal, for those who don't know who Ferg Berserk is, he's a metal, he does metal rock mixed with rap fusion. A lot of his performance consists of like, the screaming, the mosh pits and all that. And for his energy and being able to see him, live multiple times, and his voice control and his cardio, because he's jumping around and rapping and screaming and breaking shit. And then keeping that energy all the way through a set, like consistently back to back, and the energy is consistent, and his voice control is not like it just was boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. Him live is an experience. AP The Gift is someone who's been in multiple categories, but this is the first one, and she's had a renaissance of a year, if we're being completely honest. Her ability to just have the stage presence and choreograph dancers with the help of another artist, DeAndre, and just being able to choreograph that with a bunch of dancers and turn it into not just a solo performance, but the closest thing to a production on the college campus, at least when I seen it. That really impressed me a lot, and the melodies and how her crowd interactions and her being able to feed off the energy and give them the energy to play into it. Plus, it never helps to have great music. Jaden Lee, it really has impressed me. I would have loved to see him be on bigger stages. Honestly, he deserved it. I saw him mainly at boardwalks and at like demo days and certain events, and and the biggest thing I say, he was the best. He was the best at being in character of the performer on stage. Like the minute as a performer, and I learned this when I did it. Whoever your performance starts the minute they announce you. The minute you hit that stage, you're on. Even in between songs, you have to be within whatever character it is that you're performing. If it's an EP and it's like a dark character, you have to play that character. And Jaden Lee was the best at transforming. the transformative, his movement, his how he sings, how he speaks, the you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many aspects and intangibles that he did that landed him here, and he did on a consistent back to back to back to back level that made me just like, you can't deny. Like, him on a bigger stage with a bigger crowd, it's gonna shake the building, in my opinion. All of these are room shakers. But like, his ability to stay in character and keep you immersed within the show is something that I think landed him on this list deservingly. Mason Embers, like I said, I saw one performance of him, and to be honest, it was all I needed. And I hope to be able to, like, as this channel grows, and if you guys have shows, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and if you have shows that are somewhere in the area, somewhere in Georgia, and send them to me, and I'll be able to show up, and this will get you qualified for these. And Mason, his was at Eddie's Attic, which I was in downtown when it happened, so I was able to take the train up all the way over to Eddie's Attic, which is like a 3-minute walk from the train station, and be able to see him with the pedal board and assemble his whole album in front of us, perform it, and just have a ball up there, I think was really awesome. And just to see, him switching up the instrumentals just out the gate, in front of us, I was like, that is true musicianship that cannot be denied. And then Caroline Riley. I mean, Caroline Riley's quickly becoming like the LeBron of the channel. I ain't gonna I always get weird. There's always a part of me that always worries about, people are gonna be like, okay, you're friends with this chick, of course you're gonna put her in. And I'm like, no, please don't make this mistake. Going to see Caroline Riley live and listening to her music are two entirely different things. You can love the songs for two entirely different reasons, and I like that. Like, for example, we was going over the list and we were deliberating on who should win this category, and we were playing one of Caroline's newest singles. I think it was Mr. 262. And she said, like, this doesn't sound like one of her best records, right? It sounds dope, right? It's still good. But like some other stuff more. However, she said, I know if I go see this live, I'm gonna love this 10 times more. And I'm like, exactly. And as someone who went to see it live, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy. Like, for her to pull the Masquerade multiple times, Smith's Old Bar, a lot of acoustic shows that I unfortunately was not able to make, but the ones I made, the last one I made was a Halloween show where like her and her whole group dressed up as like characters. I don't think I recorded a video for that one because I just wanted to kind of experience it. She was dressed up as, I think, Pennywise. Anna was dressed up as Chucky. Ryan was dressed up as Ken from the Barbie movie, and Ethan Carr, the drummer, was dressed up as Spider-Man. Awesome. It was awesome shit. I think just her comfortability, her ability to get better, even with crowds that you necessarily aren't always like gonna be the most engaging, which I've seen that and I was like, y'all are lame, y'all just stood by tickets just to stand. Which, again, concert goers, don't be a jackass. Like actually like engage with people. Don't just stand there like NPCs. You're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. Nonetheless, all 5 of these people are phenomenal performers. I recommend all of them to like go see them live because it's honestly an experience. And again, consuming their music versus being at attendance and watching them do it, it's like night and day of like, all their music's fantastic alone by itself, but to actually experience them perform it is a whole different thing and a whole different I absolutely recommend it. But with these 5, there can only be one winner for this one. So the 2023 Performer of the Year is, drumroll please, Caroline Riley. Congratulations, you are the Performer of the Year. Congratulations, Caroline Riley. Awesome job. Back-to-back shows with an award, man. I trust me, this was not an easy decision, and she's done it. Honestly, put her over the rest, I think, was just her comfortability and her knowing what her strengths and playing into it. And even when her like mishaps, I think she was just the most matured in her performance and the stage she's been able to be on. And I think all those little intangibles that I think the rest of them, I haven't seen enough of them either to see it or are still being developed in that. I just think it's a whole nother level of experience. And I think while this was a very close category. I believe this is who I believe was the performer of the year. Congratulations, Caroline. Be sure to message me to receive your medal. And once we have them. And congratulations to all those finalists, because please check them all out. Caroline Riley, Mason Numbers, Jaden Lee, AP The Gift, Ferg Berserk. Your performer of the year is Caroline Riley. Shout out to her. Congratulations to all of them. Now, next category, EP of the year. Now, this one was tightly. It was in the first half of the year. I was kind of concerned because I was like, there aren't that many EPs that I'm like listening that were wowing me, right? Right. Because I also wasn't reviewing that much because, again, college and all that stuff was taking away my chances to actually be able to review stuff. Same thing with, like, albums, which we'll get to that, too. But, man, that second half of the year where people just started dropping, bam, 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 I ain't gonna lie, like, I was like, yo, they kind of in their bag right now. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? They in their bag right now. And I don't know what to do. This is one of the most tightly contested ones as well. For our finalists, they are as follows. Nightcrawler by Jaden Lee, Act 1 by Monrovia, Blurred by Asher Fleming, PS by Justice Xavier, and Absurd by Merlin Yoshi. Jaden Lee, again, up here in another category. Now, let us pull up Nightcrawler. The reason I chose this EP as a finalist is very simple. That I've seen, going back to his performative stuff, he would perform these records a lot before they were released. And I was like, okay, these are really good performative, but how is it going to translate, atmospherically wise, and, does it flow as well as it does in the show, as the music itself? I only think that way because Dirty Laundry, which comes out January 1st, be sure to, pre-save link. I had to perform Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry wasn't finished when I performed it. Like, I didn't record it at all. It was just written. So I wanted to be like, okay, is this going to translate back to the record? Not necessarily the same thing as Jaden Lee, because I'm sure these records were finished. But man, this runs front to back narratively, sonically, lyrically, all runs so smoothly. Like it almost bleed into each other. Like it's that, that dark, cryptic, sinister, evil, demented, almost at points psychotic feel that he gives off, along with the intense production. Some of my favorite songs are off this, like Too Far, and then You Could with Emma Holloman, which those two are a dynamic duo that is gonna shake some shit for the future. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, what the? Like, what? What? I don't know what you'll do. Please don't do it. Yeah, like he was just in his bag, and I just think the narratives of it, how it flows, how everything meshes together so succinctly and so tightly. I think it's just done phenomenal. Monrovia, man. Monrovia. Like, what is there to say about this man? He's come out with a vengeance this year. I believe he's actually going on a tour, and he's going to be coming to Atlanta, I think, in February, I want to say. Which, if I'm able to go to that show, please, I'm going to try to get an interview. Like, Mr. Monrovia, if you see this, you know what I'm saying? Let me holler at you. Monrovia, man, has been, expressing such vulnerability and such intimacy through his music for such a long time now. And as an upcoming artist, the first EP he ever put out was Act 1 of a story he's telling. Now, he did release Act 2. I wasn't able to get to that. I probably will review it. I'll either review it, and in contention for next year's, or I will just listen to it in my own time. But this little 4-track EP, granted, he did do the thing that I don't like people do, and have most of his songs, half of it out, or pretty much 3/4 of it out as singles, and then just put 2 songs. But it's 4. And these 4 songs are fantastic. Bone, which is one of my favorite songs right now, period.
of you to hold on to so we don't fade away.
Like Garden Gate? This sounds like heaven, bro.
Nothing between you and me. I don't care the wilting. All we need, babe, is some watering on.
I got just the songwriting here, along with the simplistic, but again, so intimate production on that. It's just something that it evokes to your soul, man. It speaks to your soul. It speaks to a part of your soul it speaks to a part of you that's like beyond just, oh, this is a quality record. It's just like, damn, this feels like some stuff I actually would, I relate to this. This hurts. This, like, I feel this. So, like, I relate to this, man. Asher Fleming with Blurred. Now, this is a record that, some people was like, dang, this is pretty critical of this record. But it still made a finalist. And I was initially I was kind of critical, especially with him taking a different turn of efforts, going from his EDM explosive electric style and going kind of a more introspective, personal rock and acoustic guitar centered EP, which I love. I love him venturing out. And while I was critical of the mixing of it all and all that stuff, while I listened back to it a few times, I really did love. I do love all the elements of, just kind of the personal minutia, and the storytelling here is kind of some of his best stuff here. With a record being so personal, it is hard to, like, kind of divert and take your emotions out of it and being like, okay, is this objectively a good record because it's done well in all aspects and all this stuff, but or am I saying it's good because I made it and it's like really close to my heart? And this is a really quality record, some overthinking, reminders, life's unfair, all that stuff, and all these little elements, along with his distorted vocals, to kind of, incorporate kind of this mask of, like, somberness and glitchiness even to a rock record. I think was a really cool engineering tactic. It's grown on me a lot, and I've loved it more and more each time I listen to it. P.S. by Justice Xavier. Now, this one, I was not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting this record. This one dropped after he already dropped his album, and he dropped a bunch of singles. I thought he was done for the year. And then I'm scrolling down, and I see I follow his producer, Liam Taylor, on Instagram, and I saw his promoting something about, like, something being out, and I was like, what is this? Like, what is he talking about? I go to his page, and I see that, PS dropped, and I was like, what is it's an EP, and it had Ghost on it, which is a record that I loved, which had a good, like, not Shiloh Moon, it was Shiloh Dynasty, I think. That was, a little sample, and it was a drill.
My heart turned cold, you left me out in the cold, like, now I'm back on the road, I just wanted love,
But you had no soul.
You broke my trust, when a man felt low.
And then went Ghost. I remember the day when your heart felt great, and I gave you that big red rose, and you wore it to all your clothes, and you wore it to all my shows. And the narratives of this, of, like, especially Let Go, who has the little interlude about which is not the interlude, but a little incorporation of a friend who did pass away. I think was a really nice touch. I think it's 4 songs. It's tight. The production is really, really good. Liam Taylor did a phenomenal job. His lyricism is just as potent as it was on his other record. He's playing with different sounds here. While I don't believe it's, like, in terms of the grand scheme of his catalog, it stands up as, like, his best work. These are still really 4 tight tracks. Narratively, it's beautiful, especially Ristretto. I loved that one as well. Again, his just hearing his thoughts and him again pour these personal narratives into these records over these soulful, thick melodies and dark instrumentals, really just has this blend of sound that is just done in a really matured fashion. And Absurd by Merlin Yoshi. I wasn't expecting this man to drop for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I waited on this man for a while, and he dropped it. He dropped Absurd, and I was like, okay, we're here. It is the most off-the-wall electric production EP you will find. Like, Yoshi type beat, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, what?
Sleep near a socket, so I'm not really free. But it's got wallets and cross. Just how bad could it be? Oh, enough about me. How about we talk about
Like, man really sampled Bob Ross on a record. And it was fire. Like, shout out to Bob Ross for real. Because he really be making the happy trees for all 5 EPs. All different. All fantastic with their own right. And their own little minutia things. And their own flaws. And they're all really enjoyable. You know, honestly, just something I really, really, like, enjoy listening to every single one. And I genuinely come back to. But, despite them all being great, there only can be one winner. And with that being said, the winner of EP of the year is... The winner is... Jaden Lee's Nightcrawler. Congratulations, Mr. Jaden Lee. You have done a phenomenal job. Nightcrawler, a phenomenal record. Amazing job. Amazing job. You have won, sir. To me, honestly, what put this record head over heels above the rest is it felt like each song could be dropped as a single and it still be, you know, as potent. So to have all 6 in one track record and you drop them all with no leaks, no nothing. And that's not to say that's something necessarily the other records couldn't have done all the way, but I think, you know, where when we talk about song quality, every song to the highest potential, you can tell which record can be like, oh, this is a single, this is a hit single versus this is a album or an EP cut or in a track list that in context is more potent than standalone. Whereas I think where Nightcrawler stands above the rest is that, you know, if you would look at every single song, I believe almost, if not every single song on there could be released as a single and it go as a, like, this is standalone strong. This is gonna be big, and every single one hit back to back to back, from Too Far to R.I.P. to You Could to Fuck Love. Like, you know, you can go down the list and every single one hits harder than the last. Save Me, you know, Dr. Doom with this glitchiness and real just manic, you know, descent into pure unbridled insanity. I think the production on that one is really showcased his talent and his vocal range and his vocal ability to change it, and, you know, and what he's done with it was phenomenal. So yeah, Nightcrawler by Jaden Lee is your EP of the year for 2023. You know, Mr. Jaden Lee, be sure to reach out, and once we have your medal, I'll be sure to ship it out or hand it to you whenever I see you back in college. Now, next category is Album of the Year. Our finalists are Woodstock Dreams by Mason Embers, Justice Xavier by Justice Xavier, Skite Season 2 by Skite, Armageddon by Tashi Fuego, and Sincerely Ours by Chick Flick. I said Tasha Fuego on there. I apologize, man. Autocorrect really just makes me look like a fool sometimes. I am running short on time, so I cannot fortunately play every single thing here. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. I'm trying to make some money here, again. But you guys can help that by like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. You know what I'm saying? Feel free. Help your boy out. We're at 288 subscribers. Road to 300. Please. Woodstock Dreams. Again, I was able to see this actually perform live before I actually even heard the record. And it live was fun. But I wanted to hear it, you know, and finally hearing it, like, actually, you know, through the records and actually how it's done, was actually his best album by far. His first record was again, you know, in Album of the Year conversations last year, The Astounding Descent, a record that I did enjoy and I didn't come back to as much as I do come back to this one. With singles like Too Much and Good Fight leading out, the production, his singing, the engineering, it was clearly done in a much more tight and masterful way. Now we get the full track list. It's 8 songs. It's tight, straight to the point. Tackles love and all that stuff. Thematically, done phenomenal. Justice Xavier. I mean, if we've seen my review, that album received a 10. That album is phenomenal. That album tackles so much narratively, so much introspective thought, so many different dynamics emotionally, as well with this powerful and strong production that matches whatever theme it is. It's evident that Liam Taylor and Justice, you know, the chemistry is like unmatched. Sky Season 2 was awesome. An absolute upgrade to Sky Season 1 in my opinion. I think it was so much better. Ayo Witty did a phenomenal job in the production. His flows are tighter. The songs are more fun. The mixing's better. Just a complete upgrade. Now, is this his best album? No. In my opinion, I love Kismet a lot still more. But this being his second album he dropped this year, the first one being Garden of Eden, I believe. This one is just so much potent and hard-hitting and had the roughness that makes Skite, and what's making him a continuing rising star. Armageddon by Tashi Fuego honestly brings this very Brent Faiyaz along fusion of like toxic R&B with like UK rap as well. The production on it was just solid, and I forgot about that record for a little bit. I went back to it and I'm like, this is some hard-hitting. This is very like potent stuff. Like this actually does and stand up towards the other albums. Like it has a very viable chance. And the final album that we reviewed, which was a last minute submission, which they harassed me as I asked them to, which thank you, is Chick Flick with Sincerely Ours, which again, I saw 18 tracks and I was like, I am scared, because 18 tracks for an upcoming artist is always, from a mainstream artist, is like, for me, damn near unacceptable. So to have an upcoming artist do that, and I'm like, okay, this needs to be engaging, because if it's the same thing for 18 records, I'm not gonna finish this. And I'll have to say that was an entertaining album. It was a tale of two sides of it, really. First half was very off the wall, wacky, fun, tongue-in-cheek rap. With again, tight production all the way through. And then they transitioned into the more introspective cuts. And while there was like certain holes that I did and certain issues I had with certain lines, it came out as I ended up pulling up a lot more records from the introspective side of it rather than the fun side, which is so hilarious. And just overall, those songs are just so fun. I'm still bumping like Cardell Jones, and even the outro, which was 7.5 minutes, that I was concerned about, was the most beautiful cinematic thing in the world. Each member of the group brought their own element to it and made that album not only an experience, but made it feel alive. And I think it was done a really phenomenal job. Production all the way through was just did not miss. And I think all of them have really, really great dynamic, and I can't wait to hear more from them. So yes, each album is phenomenal, but again, there can only be one winner. So your album of the year is Justice Xavier. Justice Xavier by Justice Xavier is your album of the year. Congratulations. Phenomenal job. Man, what can you really say? When I tell you, when I first listened to this album and I pulled almost every single song off of this thing, it was ridiculous. Never have I ever, and this album was what? How many songs was this album? How many records? This was 10 songs, and I think I pulled off 9, if not all 10. For this being his first real studio project, and for come out again this tight, this potent, this strong, this biting, this, the numbers he's pulling off this, speak for itself, and the fan base he's amassing, it makes sense why he's amassing it. A true upcoming talent and a true phenomenal record that just must be appreciated and can actually stand alongside with other records in the industry, not even just on the upcoming scale, but on a major league scale. Phenomenal job to Liam Taylor on the production. Phenomenal job to Justice Xavier. Congratulations, Justice Xavier by Justice Xavier is your album of the year. Next one is track of the year. Now, I can't play all these records because some of them are going to copyright me. Hello, Black Polish. But our finalists are Purple Skies by Black Polish, Gorilla by Midsummer Motel, Mr. 262 by Caroline Riley, Pause by Amelia Day, Rose Colored by Justice Xavier, Out of Love by Emma Holloman, and Bone by Monrovia. I felt the need to expand this one to 7 instead of 6 or 5 because there's just so many great singles that I think, I just felt a need to expand it at least 1 or 2 spots. Each record, man, it's just something that I just come back to. Purple Skies was one of the first of the 5 singles that Black Polish released an announcement into their upcoming album Forest, which I believe will be releasing next in January. I don't remember the exact date, or I don't know the exact date. Gorilla by Midsummer Motel is, again, I think their best song, period point blank. It's the psychedelic rock and the switch ups and the vocals. It really reminds me of a blend of like a David Bowie and a Beach Weather, especially David Bowie when he was the Thin White Duke. Mr. 262 by Caroline Riley, in my opinion, is her best record. The way she was able to blend her vocals with the guitar runs, and narratively how she just does it. Her songwriting is just on leaps and bounds better than some of her other records that I still love. Like Not My Fault, in comparison to this, I believe this is like leaps and bounds better. And I love Not My Fault. I love Anyone Else, you know, all those. Pause by Amelia Day sounds like like you're stuck in a cabin, and it's like it's the little bit of point in like a snowstorm where it's like it's a strong wind, but it's not like it's just the subtle blowing of a wind in the back of a howling storm, but it's not howling. It's like, you know what I'm saying, it's small. I don't know if it makes any sense, but it's just the minimalistic and the atmosphere that the minimalistic production and the atmosphere that she creates is something that is so strong and like so heart-provoking. And along with her like potent lyricism that we know is going to be introspective, is going to be put together in a way that is just so artistic, and it's why it landed on this list. Emma Holloman, who has been nothing short of surprises this year, from being a first year like me, like myself, her being only 18, and to be a CE her first year, and be top 5 on the list, one, and her to come out with records that, you know, with the voice of a goddamn angel, can I just say, a voice that had purity and with a pen that just is so strong. One of the better songwriters I think I've reviewed and I've met this year, period. It's a level of emotional intimacy and dynamics, and just how non-cliche a lot of her music comes out to be, or non-cliche her lyricism comes out to be. This record, Out of Love, you know, sounds like she's taking us to the saddest church possible. Like, she has so much soul, so much power, and so much range, and so much pain within the lyrics of a passionate performance. I just think it's just something that deserved recognition, and it's just phenomenal, and it has a great potential of winning. Rose Colored by Justice Xavier. The production on that is phenomenal. The soulful, the feature by Diz, which took a minute to grow on me, but back like I never left. I ain't lose my sleep. I ain't lose my place. I just lost my step, or something like that. And then Justice Xavier slides in with the verse. You know, you let me down. You let me down. And all that sliding into the punching bass and just the absolute shaking of my speakers really is done in a phenomenal way. And then Bone by Monrovia, again, I played it earlier. It's beautiful. It's tragic. It's a call for help in the most intimate way, beautiful way possible. Again, there can only be one winner, so your winner and the track of the year is Purple Skies by Black Polish. Congratulations, Black Polish. Congratulations. Phenomenal job, phenomenal work. Really an amazing record. Something that I really enjoyed listening to and I come back to this day. First off, Black Polish's records usually, you know how I feel about Black Polish. I think they are phenomenal. I think that they are, a rising star just waiting to happen, right? But Purple Skies, to me, is a record that, belongs on, like, every indie video game that ever existed. Ryan Reigns did a phenomenal job with the production, really creating this airy atmosphere and the slight hint of distortion, and Black Polish going in there with their own tragic lyricism and melodies to add into this airiness and subtle beauty that fits the coloring of the album cover. I don't know why, it just in my head aesthetically it fits, but they made everything work, and it was done again in a very succinct, tight fashion, which makes you excited for the album to come after it. So yeah, your track of the year is Purple Skies by Black Polish. Congratulations. Be sure to reach out so we can send you your medal. Now, this next one isn't necessarily a category thing. This is kind of a recognition of all the 10 awards I've given out this year. We did this last year, so I'm just going to, start the applause, and I'll just read them out to you. And so congratulations to everyone on this list. So, shout out to Emma Holloman, Justice Xavier, Sasha Hurtado, Ephraim Bagumba, Chloe the God. For tracks, Gorilla by Midsummer by Motel, Gorilla by the Midsummer Motel, Mr. 262 by Caroline Riley, and Someone by Sasha Hurtado. Congratulations. You all got 10s this year, and you guys will be getting a medal for that award as well. Be sure to reach out, or we'll be trying to reach out to y'all, make sure I can get it to you guys. But congratulations, because a 10 is hard. And it's not that I just give out willy-nilly. You guys did phenomenal for specific records or just as an artist. You each brought something that was phenomenal. Congratulations. Producer of the Year. Our finalists are Ayo Witty, Asher Fleming, Manny, Kai Kai, Ziplushi, and Liam Taylor. Now, Ayo Witty is mainly known for producing for Skite as Kasani, but mainly from my perspective off of Skite's record. That iconic tag, "Hey yo, where the fuck Witty?" Followed by some punchy, insane melodies and some these explosive records, I believe is just something fantastic that he's just been able to consistently do back to back to back to back to back. And him being one of the rising producers, I see him being a big star in the industry. Asher Fleming, the returning champion of last year's winner, with his glitchy production, him producing the rock and indie records, along with his own, along with the music group Spiral Eyes with their one single Gaga, and along with putting out his own, it's like an Artistic World song. It was like Tayasa, I believe it was called. So he's been out here producing all different types of stuff, and it's always been tight. It's always been his ability to tell a story of mysticism through production has been something that's always made him stand out. Manny is someone that actually produces for a few people. He's mainly someone I saw work for in INSEG. He produced Get High with Gateway and Haru. He produced a few records for Gateway and a bunch more. He, again, is someone that just a masterful person on the keyboard, and his ability to understand music in just a mature fashion and make it sound just so strong. And being able to compose that in such a short amount of time is something that's always sought out after, and with producers, and me being one, I understand that. Kai Kai with playful, high, fun melodies. Found them off of, I believe it was a Aislinn Davis record, I want to say. Ziplushi has been someone, again, that's just sent me instrumentals, and while they've been tongue-in-cheek at times, they just had this fun tightness to them that, I would love to rap over. That's why he's up here. And he just consistent rollout, and just being one of the more consistent producers. I just think that's why he deserves to be up here. Liam Taylor. Anything that's Justice Xavier is produced by Liam Taylor. You know how I feel about that. I don't think we've said that, and I think we've already spoke for itself enough. Lots of phenomenal people who are up here. Lots of people who deserve recognition. So this is a tough one. This really was a tough one. Your producer of the year is Liam Taylor. Congratulations, sir. Another aspect I think that people kind of tend to miss about being a producer is understanding that not only are you making instrumental for somebody, you have to build the world and contribute to the world that the artist is trying, and the vision that the artist is trying to execute. And I think there's no greater example than Liam Taylor and Justice Xavier. Liam Taylor, with his soulful production and the different eclectic approaches that he puts spins on, and he's able to just really just create a whole world within itself in just the production alone. And then to have Justice Xavier come in there with the potent lines and the rapping and the witty wordplay and the beautiful imagery that he has. I think a lot of the executions and a lot of the stuff you hear with Justice Xavier could not be done without Liam Taylor's ability to create the world that he needs to be in. I see this as a very, even though it's not the same. Before y'all get upset, I see this as the same dynamic as like a Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist type of thing with their record Alfredo. I think it was just, especially with their album and how tight and everything hard hitting was. I think it's just something that was done in a really great way. I think Liam Taylor deserved it this year. So your producer of the year is Liam Taylor. Congratulations, sir. Be sure to hit me up so we can give you your medal, your award. Shout out to you, man. Now, this next one is Music Group of the Year. This is any music band or music duo. Our finalists are short. It's a small list, but a very tight list, I'll have you know. Midsummer Motel, Crash Dummies, and Spiral Eyes. Midsummer Motel has been a group that's been on this channel for, again, I believe the second year in a row of me actually reviewing them, and they've come back bigger, better than ever. The track Gorilla, which was already in a track of the year consideration and all that, and the potency of their EPs, I think from last year, and just even all these records that they keep that I'm able to come back to. Adolescent Love, what's another one? Face Paint. And again, this atmosphere and maturity of musicianship was done in just a great way. Again, this kind of psychedelic feel through rock, which I'm a big fan of psychedelic rock anyways, but for them to execute it this well, this young, is phenomenal. Crash Dummies, I mean, I love them. They're awesome. I love some of my favorite records have come back from them. It was it Back and Forth, like why bother 1,000 pills, 50 cents a piece, selling for $5 is nothing to it. Again, Hadouken with the sample, it's just bang on the head when it's like back in the gang when it's been. How did it go? Because I can't even remember. I just know the flow was crazy. It's been a long week. Like gang reach in the gang waist deep. Feel see my feet down. Me and my niggas came in too deep. Feel like a hole in the street. Ain't playing no games at the time of the week. I'm just trying to eat. Chemistry, great flows, tight bars, hard. It's fun. Spiral Eyes actually is a group that consists of Asher Fleming and Anna Albert, who is also the bass player that also plays with Caroline Riley. Now, they released one record, but this one record is so potent, so hard-hitting, titled Gaga. Oh my God. This stuff is stupid. It makes no sense. Like the chemistry, and I hope this is a continuation thing. One time, bitch, think. All the money's been counted at the bank. All my homies be sipping the drink. So each one of these groups brings something dynamic, and the fans in the comments have come out and spoken. While I do appreciate the input, like I said, the decision is ultimately up to me. So with that being said, your winner of Music Group of the Year is Give It Up for the Midsummer Motel. Congratulations, lads. You have won it. Congratulations. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. You guys killed it this year, and you deserve recognition. Shout out to, again, everybody who competed. This was one of our tighter, tightly contested categories. But, man, you guys did a phenomenal job. Awesome job this year. Awesome job. Now, next one, we're getting up to the heavy hitters now. The heavier hitters. We have a few categories left before we have to get out of here. This next one is called the Female Rapper of the Year. Our finalists are AP The Gift, Junie, Mazel Fire, Kamari, and Amber Your Road. Again, AP The Gift having a renaissance of a musical career this year, opening for Key Glock, being able to win the talent show for Georgia State in terms of the rapper, I believe it was the female rapper category. Or was not female rapper, just rapper category in general, excuse me. Junie with this tight performances on a few records, and actually I found her, I think, off the back of Asaka the Renegade, I think, somehow. And she has this very Kendrick Lamar type style, her lyricism, and her mixed with like her Erykah Badu type vocals. Awesome. Mazel Fire, Aqua Trap, I didn't even know it was a thing until I found her. And has, come out with one of my favorite songs this year, Seven Seas. Kamari with just the personality to match the lyricism, and just was just so, it's so fun. It's fun to listen to her. And Amber Your Rose, who can I just say, regardless of who wins this category, Amber Your Rose needs a shout out because Amber Your Rose has been a workhorse this year. I believe she's released the most music out of everybody I've reviewed just this year. She's released, I think, a total of 39, 40 songs. Let me double check because she's released 3 albums this year. I said almost 36 songs, I believe, if I even counted that right. So pretty much almost 40 records. And all these records have been hard hitting after the next. Shows her fun personality. Her performative ability has been amazing. One of my favorite records of this year, GSU Hoes, which, I'm just saying, go to GSU. I'm not saying she's right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she's right. But I see no lies told.
Bitch, swear to God, I'm sending L's home. Finish, she the devil, had to tell that bitch to hell home. Bitch, I'm at the racetrack. Say that she at work, she selling pussy at the
Racetrack? What? Pizza on the way back?
Checkers had to check her out. I realized we gon' way back. I don't give a fuck, I'll knock your fitted off in way cap.
Like, I think, that just again the workhorse ability and made this like a really tight list. Again, AP the Gift with just the vocals just to be a hit. Junie with just again the blending of a Kendrick Lamar and an Erykah Badu like type of. It's insane. Maisel 5 with this underground sound that I love. I would love to see her with a record with Skype. Mari with just again swag, fun personality, awesome. This was a tough one, but your female rapper of the year is none other than Amber Your Rose. I think Amber Your Rose has just had again a phenomenal year, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be look at some people be like, wow, certain people didn't win in a lot of categories, but I think again the work rate that she's released and a lot of these records majority of these records being of quality, on top of her performing really well on campus multitude of times, and I'm pretty sure she was just in Philly performing, I think, again, and I was working at my studio at Icon Studios, and sure enough she walks in like an hour left of my shift. She walks in to go work on stuff. A true workhorse, a rapper's rapper. That screamed fun. It was, hungry, has great personality, really just sells it, and it just has a blast. And I think it makes just her such a potent star in the Atlanta music game, especially in the Atlanta rap game. And dynamically, from the female perspective, I think just, there's not enough variation. And especially in the mainstream is what we're seeing. Underground, it's a lot easier to see a lot of different people, but in the mainstream, it's not being promoted as a lot of dynamically, different stuff. I think she can offer something new to it should she keep going. So my pick for female rapper of the year for upcoming artists is Amber Your Rose. Congratulations, Amber. If you want to get your award, be sure to hit me up. I got you. We'll get your medal down as soon as we can. Staying within the same category, next we have Male Rapper of the Year. Our finalists are Justice Xavier, Skite, Dre TL, Arize, Gateway, and Haru. Justice Xavier we've talked about. We know why I love him. Great lyricist, great pen, great flows. Skite, tight, hungry, mean, lovely melodies as well. Dre TL. Now, the rest of these four I've met on Georgia State campus, and Dre TL, man, has made one of my favorite songs this year as well. It called, off his album, what was it? I think it's Overdrive, but this one record called Don't Wanna Rap. I don't know what else to say, man. No, it's not Overdrive, it's Long Overdue, I'm an idiot. That's the album name, but this, Don't Wanna Rap, this. Say a prayer for me.
This right here, hey. But get the most views is niggas beefing on the app. I'm like, damn, I remember when it used to be the rap. Come on, I'm tired.
There was a 50 years of hip hop rap cipher that was done, that was thrown, and I was actually fortunate enough to produce a few of the instrumentals for it. And he ended up winning the entire thing, and second and third place were won by Gateway and Haru. I forgot which order it was, but I know Dre TL won it, and being able to see him perform live and hear his pen and him rap and just even potency in his music, it's just something that just says hunger, hustle, and Well, he has the most Atlanta sound voice you could ever ask for somebody. He isn't your typical Atlanta rapper of just being like it's more flow and melody, like a Little Baby. It's not as potent as where Lil Baby's is more of the flow on top of the bars. His is very bar heavy. He's gonna hit you hard with lines, and it's gonna sound dope as hell. Arize, I mean, dude, this dude again, this dude really tying into his roots. I forgot where he's from, but his Caribbean roots. Forgive me if it's the wrong type of part of the ocean. All right, but from his like native home roots of just his production of this very tropical, hard hitting fusion of R&B and like again like when you see you're seeing the rise of Amapiano and all these tropical instrumentals that we're seeing in the mainstream like Tyler, Water, and all that, and like Thames, Wizkid, The Ladder. He really takes a good fusion of like that with like hip hop and then blending that into like with again potent lyricism about where he's come from, his origins, not in wearing that flag proud of who he is and how he started, and then where he is now and where he also plans to head. Records like Blood Diamond, Water, Mocha, 99 Cent, Wingspan, all have this real lively feel in the production, and he just, along with his voice and his cadences and all the stuff that he brings to it, just really makes it just really tie it up in this beautiful bow. Gateway is someone I actually didn't know if he was going to actually be up here, and then he kept releasing stuff, and then he kept performing, and then he kept getting better and better and I've never seen someone who can just rap for 20 minutes straight off a freestyle and just go with the amount of hunger and drive this guy had. Watching him do this on the stage, especially again being in the freestyle thing, and he just go and go and go. And you can hear it in his music, which especially one of my favorite records, Chosen. Keep my phone on D&D. He's just going and going and going and going and going and going, and he does not stop. And I love that hunger. It's the hunger that reminds me again like of an Amber Your Rose. It's just the hustle and just you keep just punching. Finally, Haru, who brings a swag and a personality that, quite frankly, in comparison to all these other people on this list, is unmatched. A very old school type of style lyricism, where he'll paint the entire picture, but he isn't also. He can split. He's so eclectic in being able to be put anywhere. Because he hopped on a record with Gateway's recent release, Get High, where he was the feature, where he's rapping faster and the melodies are fun, and it's just again hard hitting, just keeps on going. But I think his swag and what he actually can bring and the smoothness of how he raps, regardless of the flow, the speed, the tempo, the topic, he's able to just fit in that pocket. He's like almost like that perfect puzzle piece that you really can just place anywhere. Being that malleable, especially in this growing industry, is something that's super valuable. All of them phenomenal rappers, phenomenal lyricists, but there can only be one winner. So your male rapper of the year is none other than Justice Xavier. Congratulations, Justice Xavier. You are our male rapper of the year. Be sure to reach out so we can give you your awards and you can be properly recognized with hardware. 3 categories left. We're going to switch off the rap. We're going to go to the singers. Our next category is our female singer of the year. Our finalists are Emma Holloman, Giordano, Amelia Day, Sasha Hurtado, Noah, Caroline Riley, and Chloe the God. All of them phenomenal vocalists. Like I said, we talked about Emma Holloman, where it sounds like you just take you to the saddest church service you ever would be to. Just sings to your soul. Giordano, again, with that piano slide and this her unique style, it just has a very industry sound already, which is wild. Amelia Day, it's just being Amelia Day, man. Like her just explosiveness mixed with like this. Like, she could go in so many different ways. Like, when I first heard her, it was Eastward or Eat It. It was so explosive, so powerful, so strong. But then she can get really intimate and dainty, like with records like Pause, really poppy and light and fun and rhythmic, like with Skipping Down the Sidewalk. Sasha Hurtado sounds like all her music belongs in like Zootopia and like Disney. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I think she's the most soundtrack sounding chick on this entire list. Noah, again, someone I met on through NSEG, and she has just a phenomenal voice control, powerful. She has a classic, like, sounds like a 2000s mix on her vocals usually. But even just hearing her perform and actually her being able to, translate that and showcase her range and showcase the power of her vocals on records that are not even released yet, which I know she can do, is put her on this list. It's been phenomenal. Again, Caroline Riley. I told you she was the LeBron of this channel, dog. Just think of the last time you see her. Like, her vocal range, along with the power, it really creates a very fun feel. It isn't just a rhythm and pop. She really can just showcase her range. And whatever you hear on the record, it sounds that way live. Like, it just translates really well. Her vocal mastery is really, really something that is like, I always ask singers, and I ask her this a lot because they're always like, I sound bad. And I'm like, okay, so when you were being made or whatever you believe in, I'm not a religious man at all, but did God like install that update to y'all, man or woman? Like how did that work? Because I clearly missed that update, and I need that in my life. Like, did he install autotune preemptly and then shipped you off to the stork or however kids are made? How did this happen? Because I missed something in transit. And finally, Chloe the God, who brings just this like soulful, like, I can't even describe like the soulfulness. I'm just gonna play a record.
Baby, I've lost my cool.
Like, she's summoning my ancestors right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sure it's hard. Bless your heart.
Like, what the? All of them are phenomenal vocalists, man. All of them are phenomenal vocalists. And this is tough, but we do have a winner. And your winner of Female Singer of the Year is Chloe the God. Congratulations, ma'am. You did it. Your soulfulness, your power, I think, is what stood out the most to me. And while each singer is phenomenal in their own way, I think out of this year and the vocal performances I heard this year, you stood head and shoulders above the rest this year. Please feel free to reach out so we can send you your award and all that fun jazz. Congratulations, Chloe the God, your Female Singer of the Year. Moving on to the Male Singers of the Year. Our finalists are Jaden Lee, Monrovia, Noah Flourish, DeAndre, Rocky Chapman, and Ephraim Bagumba. Jaden Lee, who is now announced as our EP of the year winner with his EP Nightcrawler, which is his best music out to date. His vocal power, his vocal control is awesome. His range is phenomenal. Monrovia, again, the intimacy and the airiness in his vocals is something great. Noah Flourish with Ghost of Chicago, and just someone who is just, his pen is so good, and how he just translates that vocally is great. DeAndre, who is an artist that I met at NSEG, and again, his vocals, like, you wouldn't expect that voice to come out of that body, but it does. I mean that in the best way possible. Like, I never actually heard him sing, like, in person, as much as I've, like, worked with him. I've never actually heard him sing in person. I've only heard him through his music, and just
My heart, I take my ass right back to Mexico. Don't fall apart, I wonder if this love will ever go in.
insane. Like, just the vibe is just so eloquent. Like, there's no other way of describing his singing style other than eloquent. Rocky Chapman with just the fun records, man. Like I said, I played it earlier, but mine, High Love, I remember days I was raised, and just having fun with that. And then Ephraim Bagumba with just this atmosphere, like calling all the power of the past lives he's lived, and just been insane.
Time back, wishing we were strong enough to let go. But this is who we are, this is where we stand. Stuck in
Whoa! All of them are insane vocalists, dude, and I pray for a day that I can sing half the ability as all of them. But there can only be one winner. So, that being said, your male singer of the year is none other than Ephraim Bagumba. I think I just love the atmosphere he creates alone with his vocals alone, and I think that just that dynamically, along with the pain-ridden lyrics, But this is who we are. Like crazy. Like I just can't. What can y'all really do? What can you say, bro? You can't really say nothing else. Congratulations, Ephraim Bagumba. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, sir. Phenomenal job. As being one of our 10s this year as well, phenomenal job. Phenomenal job as always. Please come receive your award. All right. We are here. We have made it to the final category. The final category of this video. Our Artist of the Year. This is a very serious matter. We're here. Because I have to go soon. This requires all our attention. Our finalists are Black Polish, Justice Xavier, Monrovia, AP The Gift, Caroline Riley, and Amelia Day. I am terrified. Question the Halo music, okay? Oh man, I feel like we've talked about all these artists so much. This is tough. Every single person here has an argument for why their year has been phenomenal and why each artist in their own right is super freaking talented and deserves their recognition. Period. Is only one winner. So your 2023 Artist of the Year goes to Black Polish. Congratulations, Black Polish. You are Artist of the Year. Phenomenal job. A fantastic year of music. Amazing job. Black Polish, honestly, again, had a phenomenal year last year. Was our They Them Artist of the Year last year. And bumped up to Artist of the Year just in general, period. I wanted to condense that into one category and kind of condense it there. And for them to just up the levels and continue to put out quality records and leading to an album that I honestly expect to be really, really good. Along with the performances and the things you see in the promotion, it's just hitting on all cylinders. And along with captivating a fan base that will follow them passionately, it's nothing short of phenomenal. Like when you have when Jay has their mom ask me to review their music, it's serious. And again, all these artists could have won it. All these artists had a very viable argument to win this year, but in my opinion, I think Black Polish just did enough. They did enough to solidify them spots as a upcoming star more and more each time. But I think this is why they are the Artist of the Year. So congratulations, Black Polish. Congratulations. Message me so we can send you your trophy. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for another fantastic year of music. I really appreciate all the support that we've been getting. It's just awesome. This is gonna take a lot to edit, but it's worth it, and I'm just so excited. If you like this video, if you stayed this long, first of all, I commend you, because it's like an hour and a half. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I will see y'all again in 2024. Dirty Laundry will be dropping January 1st, when that ball drops, and we know when the new year starts, Dirty Laundry releases. Be sure to go stream that. Let's get that to 1,000 streams. I wanted that like pretty fast, please, because I just want to just make sure that Not a Word wasn't like a one-time thing, please. I'm really excited. I'm excited for what the new year brings for everybody, including myself. I think it will be a great, fruitful year for all of us. I think as long as we all do what we're meant to do and be true to ourselves and true to others, I think those things will masterfully be us. And no matter what, even if you didn't win an award this year, it doesn't mean you can't win an award. And at the end of the day, keep in mind this is also the opinion of one guy. So, again, thank you guys so much. Be sure to stream Not a Word. Play that. I'll play that in the record now. Even though I'm going to get copyrighted by myself already, which makes no sense. But thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all stay safe. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all. Thank you for a great year. I'll see you in 2024. Happy holidays. Love y'all.